Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here. Back to blow the doors wide open on the real reason they call Herbie the Love Bug in XCOM The Long War 2. That's right, Disney. Don't think you've got anything over on Perfidious Pete. I'm here. I'm the whistleblower. I'm about to expose your deepest, darkest secrets. I know the truth, Walt. I know the truth. I know what happened to Lindsay Lohan on the set of Herbie Reloaded. I know all about the love bug giving her the tailpipe up the old tailpipe, if you catch my drift. Why do you think Lindsay completely lost her shit after shooting Wrapped on Herbie Reloaded? She was traumatized, man, and justifiably so. Justifiable traumatization. Because Herbie, he's a car that won't take no for an answer. He's gonna torch that tailpipe whether you want him to or not. No matter how much you fight, it's gonna happen. Herbie gets what Herbie wants. He's basically the Bill Cosby of German automobiles. I don't feel good about it, and Lindsay, I'm sorry for what you endured so that we all might endure a little family comedy goodness. The dark, seamy underbelly of Disney, though, that's what you got to expect. Why do you think Disney's head is locked up in a secret vault? That's why. They got to bring him out periodically and keep him alive with the blood of orphans and virgins. And, well, fortunately from you, at least they saved you the blood, because Herbie took away the whole virgin thing. Disney couldn't use your blood to fuel his evil empire after that. Still, though, I am legitimately sorry for what you were forced to endure. Life should be better, Lindsay. It should be better. For instance, not only should you have had to get the tailpipe up the tailpipe, but you also shouldn't have had to star in a movie with Justin Long. I mean, enough booze and Vicodin can probably dull the pain of one of those two things, but that Justin Long thing, that one's never going away. That one's gonna send you forever. So, we did pretty well-ish on our last mission. We were fighting, which was always bad and usually results in some penalized and traumatized soldiers taking it up the tailpipe, but we did escape without any fatalities, which is good, and we got a respectably healthy number of supplies. So I think what we need to do, it's time we unlock some officer training stations, so we're just going to do that and see if we've got anybody we can toss in here.
We don't have any capacity to spare, which means we can't expand our facilities further.
Yes, I'm well aware that we have power issues, Lily Shen, but I don't want to build power because I've got an alternative plan for the power, at least for the early game, until we can get our production up a little bit. So who does this... Oh, man, I really want it to be Jay-Z. How long does it take, though? Focus fire is good. Especially here with the... But Oscar Mike is... It's better. It doesn't require an action. You know, I almost think we have to go with Oscar Mike. I'm more curious how long it's going to take to complete. So let's head down to the armory, look at our soldiers, and see how long Jay-Z is going to be sidelined for. JZ, only 6 days for Oscar Mike. Okay, well, we could have JZ and Charlie Ballpoint Sheen out at about the same time. That's acceptable to me. Also, since we got some ready available cash, I think we got to come down here and start, we got to start splashing a little bit of it around. Another laser rifle. I kind of feel like we need at least one more. This is going to do really not nice things to our Illyrium, but I also really want another couple, actually, laser Sten guns. I want to be able to equip at least 2 full teams with laser weaponry, and I think the rest of our supplies we're going to conserve and try and buy at least 1 set of combat armor once we get that research finished. So thank you for your time on Trouble, Lily. I appreciate it. We have invested heavily in laser weapons. Hopefully they're as good as they were in the original Long War. I got to admit, in the original Long War, when it came to the whole Gauss versus laser weaponry thing, I always really came down on the side of laser weapons. I felt they were worth it in 100% of cases. The bonus aim early in the campaign really made a huge difference, and I thought that skipping them for Gauss Rush was sort of a questionable tactic. I really do. Yeah, they did more damage. Yeah, you were resource starved, but the bonus aim was always really good. So Felonious Assault is doing an infiltration here to recover an item. Okay, we have most of our havens effectively shut down trying to lower the advent strength. We got a 5 here, 4 here. Those are being very problematic for us. We did thwart a dark event, but I don't... Did we? Okay, so I guess we did. Yeah, we did get it. Okay. So we thwarted 1 dark event. Advent Scopes is actually the one that I was hoping to get, but the last thing Advent needs is friggin' better aim. It really is. But we're going to be doing our scanning over here. We've got nothing going in these other havens except for a little bit of supplies. That's really all we're working on. Speaking of supplies, by the way, did we pick up our supply drop? We did, right? Yes, we did. Okay, what are our 2 pending missions? It's been a couple days since I played Long War. Ambush a troop column. Felonious Assault's already working that one. Extract a VIP from Advent City. We don't have a team working on that. No, you know, I gotta say no to that. Let's just come over here, get the scanning. Courtney Love has recovered from her wounds. That's fantastic. Xavier Leroy recruited to the Haven in the western U.S. Hold on a second, then. We gotta go check out this Leroy cat. Xavier Leroy Jenkins. Of course, Xavier Leroy Jenkins is first name, little known fact. He goes by Leroy in the middle because calling Xavier Jenkins, you know, he came from like an upper middle class family, lived out in the suburbs of Connecticut, but he was always trying to get back in touch with his urban roots, but his name was Xavier, and he always felt that that sort of hampered him. But his middle name was Leroy, and he's like, you know what, I'm just casting aside the Xavier moniker. I will fit in better with my peers if they just can call me Leroy. Just doesn't have quite that that yuppie air that Xavier has, and I'm trying to shed that image. I'm trying to reinvent myself. All right, so we picked up a 7th recruit. All right, well, I have a feeling Xavier Leroy is 100% and in all ways absolutely a friggin' faceless. But let's put another person on supply because we do need more supplies. I don't want more than 3 on intel, and we will flip 1 back to recruiting so, you know, we can get ourselves another faceless. It feels like maybe the ratio of recruit to faceless is a little high. A little high. It's so high to the point that the only rational thing for the XCOM team to have done would have been to, like, try and invent some sort of way to detect a faceless. So we're 100% infiltrated with 4 days and 14 hours left. We're going to wait. I want to see what we can do with a huge infiltration bonus here. Also, getting 2 days to finish tech armor. Ah, that's what we're looking for right there. All right. So combat armor is on board. That unlocks predator armor, battle armor, and mobile armor. And we got a prototype added to our inventory. Interesting. So we've got basic research, engineering research, rendering corpses. I don't want to render shit. Disassembling a drone wreck takes 1 day. So we've got, you know what? We can spend 1 day to disassemble a drone wreck. Let's start doing some of these autopsies. The drone autopsy was not even a particular pathway for research in my first campaign, and it feels like maybe we should start doing some of these autopsies. I don't think we're ever going to recover enough corpses to make instant autopsies sort of feasible, but this is the Long War. I mean, we got nothing but time anyway. Charlie Sheen now has significantly reduced infiltration times thanks to his tradecraft training. That's fantastic. And that's it. Charlie Sheen, can you train anything else? You could get Executioner or Quick Draw. All right, so clearly Charlie is cap ranked, and I'm not really interested in either Execution or Quick Draw. So let's see if we can get somebody else up in this mug and get him training. We got somebody else who needs. We got a lot of people who need AWC abilities. I want to start getting those working. We do not want to retrain. So who's available? Uncle Jared Fogel. What are your options here, Uncle Jared? Clutch shot is crap. Grazing fire would be real. You know what, Uncle Jared? Yeah. I want you to be able to graze. As a primary ability, I feel like Grazing Fire is kind of substandard, but as an AWC ability, it's pretty solid. Officer training, all right. Second Lieutenant J Stabs a Lot Z has picked up Oscar Mike. What else can we get? Ooh, what is Get Some? Twice permission to spend an action point to grant all allies within command range a +20 bonus to critical chances for the remainder of the turn. I mean, it's intriguing. I would rather have +20 to hit than +20 to critical, though. Activate this ability to grant everyone within command range 4 points of damage resistance against explosive attacks through the end of the next alien. Okay, well, we're just taking incoming because that's fucking amazing. If we got people who can maybe, I won't say endure or abide an alien grenade, but grenades are going to be a real problem. The time we've encountered mutons, they did some nasty shit with grenades, but more threateningly, every mech that we have encountered has been, they've been hurling grenades, just aggressively hurling grenades, like a drunken John Goodman flinging whiskey bottles into the crowd at a benefit concert for New Orleans. It's just, there's going to be a lot of those flying around, and it feels like the ability to maybe mitigate some of the damage would be helpful. Disassembled another drone wreck. Got some more troopers coming back from the AWC getting out of the infirmary. So we got, oh, I disassembled a drone wreck. God, I didn't want to, I thought that was an autopsy. I guess you still can't autopsy drones. You can only disassemble them. I really wish I had not have done that. Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's just do an advent
Knowing
trooper
that my
autopsy then.
past surgical experience
It's been a while
is
since
limited,
Dr. Tigan's had a
I'm
chance
sure
to
that you'll
fondle the
appreciate
dead.
that I hone
Doesn't
my
get near as
skills
many
on
corpses
fallen
as he did in
advent
Vanilla
forces
Deuce, so
before triaging
it's
our
time
own
for him to
wounded.
get you know, a little
To
bit
the
of what he came for.
uninitiated, the common advent trooper is
Nice to see
seen
the
as
advent
human.
still getting the O
The
face though
aliens
out
have
of it.
disguised
Oh,
its most
Dr.
glaring
Tigan.
divergence from the
Oh,
human
I can
form
tell why they call
with
you
a
Dick.
carefully designed
Be like, well,
helmet.
you know, it's my name, but also, yeah, you know why they call me Dick Tigan. Gonna spend the next 5 days in orgiastic bliss. We'll leave him to it and back to scanning. We're getting a lot of time to pass here. I would have expected more missions, probably because we have most of our people not actively seeking missions. We're 194% infiltrated. Enemy readiness is vulnerable, 3 turns to evac. Extremely light, we get 26 intel and an intel package. Let's do it. This is our mission. These guys are going in, I think, fully armed and equipped with laser weaponry. We have the minimal advent resistance. If this is a mission we can't pull off, this may be where we have to start deciding that, yeah, it's time to torch this campaign, burn it down for the insurance money, and go see about changing our name and moving to Alaska. Aren't you that Perfidious Pete guy who played video games on the internet? Oh, no, you're thinking of another Perfidious Pete. I'm Pusillanimous Pete. I just got in a lot of fist fights. That was my thing. Pusillanimous Pete. No, I'm not that lying scumbag who's really bad at XCOM. I'm just a guy who got his ass kicked in 670 bar fights. Shouldn't you have more scars and, like, busted teeth and shit? You know, medical science has come a real long way. Turns up after you get your skull split open with a Sky whiskey bottle in the middle of a biker bar for saying that Harleys are the shittiest invention in mankind's history. They can staple it back together pretty well. You'd expect some long-term crippling damage from that, but you can really bounce back. Miracles of modern science. So we got Matthew the Joker McConaughey. We got 8 turns until this container detonates. Who else is on the team? We got Hallie Speed Bump Barry, so we got some grenade action. We got OJ Must Have Quit Simpson. We got old Matty Broderick. Matthew Broderick did bring a shape charged, which is, honestly... Okay, let's see. Can you launch this out of a grenade launcher? No, you still got to hurl it. Well, that sucks. My hope was that you could launch that bad boy out of a grenade launcher, but apparently no such luck. All right, who's going to take firsties here? I feel like Matty Mac probably should be our boy. We've got 8 turns, but not an exceptionally long way to travel, and we do have some rooftop abilities. If we could get over into this building, that would be fantastic. Let's move in such a fashion as to make that a reality. We want to try and take this high ground. You must seize the high ground. It worked for Obi-Wan Kenobi when he was faced off against Anakin Skywalker. Light enemy resistance, you said. Not a lot of enemies, they said. Enemies unprepared, they said. They lied.
Rolling out.
All right, speed bump. We're going to take you over there. Hit and run. Good God, Matthew Broderick is unbelievably quick on his feet, though. We're going to take Matthew Broderick behind this car, actually. I don't want to risk having us get pinned down next to this. Matthew Broderick is our shinobi. Rocking the Sten gun. That's a really powerful pod that's slipping up our 6. Hey, no Herbie the Love Bug action over here. You are not getting in my tailpipe. No, sir. No tailpipe shenanigans over here. So what happened to this pod that was up there, though? They have disappeared. All right. Okay, OJ. That's actually a surprisingly risky maneuver. Can we get in this house not without setting off every alarm in the universe? Well, sort of, actually. I don't want to bust through the window, Kool-Aid Man style. This is not a Kool-Aid moment. Can I see the enemy? I can. Where are they? Okay, these guys are actually patrolling in a very useful direction for us. Can we make it to the top of these stairs? It looks like the answer is no. So let's just post up here in the window. If anybody's going to be able to slip through, Matthew Broderick is the man for the job. He is our shinobi. Okay, non-zero chance that he could maybe just sneak in behind these guys and go grab the thing, and we don't have to fight at all. A plan with which I am a significant fan. All right, Juice, can you get up here and maybe get you... See, you might get spotted there. Let's bring Matty Mac around over here. We're still going to be very cautious. Okay, Matty Mac, let's see what our hack bonus is as well. Oh, that's right, Pete. You know, it's got just a little old hack in here for the Matty Mac. The Hack Attack. Sometimes they call me Mac the Hack. I've been called that as well. Not because anything I can do with the computer, of course. The Mac the Hack thing is, well, let's just say I gave some not fantastic performances a little earlier in my career. They used to call me Mac the Hack. But, you know, then I hit my stride, Pete, and I've really come along, both as an actor and a man. Now I'm just this hunky, good-looking fella that everybody wants to, you know, women want to be with me and men want to be me, and I'm just like, hey, there can only be one little old Matty Mac back here. I'm sorry, boys, but that's just, you know, there's only one man for that job, and that job is taken, if you know what I mean. Send it into Speed Bump. The Speed Bump no longer 100% living up to her name. These guys are going to patrol back towards us. If these guys are just going to, like, vacillate back and forth here, we might be able to set up a respectable little ambush. In fact, we could just grenade them right now, call for evac, and see if maybe we could kill them. But do we still have some wiggle room here? I mean, the only issue we've got is the fact that we have to jump through a friggin' window to make this happen, and I really don't want to do that. Is there any way for us to get out of here without setting off an alarm? Okay, if we go upstairs, we could come to the corner of this house, jump out here, and wind up behind that tree. I don't necessarily hate that plan. And I kind of want to know what's over in this area. We may have Matthew Broderick try a little slip in, slap, and tickle. If anybody's going to pull it off, Matty Broad is the boy for the job. Let's keep you for a moment, Matty Mac. We're just going to keep you while the rest of the team, I think, has to set up shop in this house and be ready to provide some covering fire. So, Halle Berry... No, I don't want to move Matthew Broderick. Halle Berry, I kind of want you up a little higher. Need a speed bump. So, what can you see from this tile, speed bump? Nothing, which is sort of the way that we would prefer it. Unless these guys are going to come step on us, this would be substandard cover, but as long as we're still concealed, this should be okay. I think we'll bring you up here. This way, if we do decide that we need to get loud, we can drop the bomb on those guys and be ready to run. And Matthew Joker McConaughey. Where do we want the jokester? Well, can we get here without being revealed? This is not a detection tile, because if it was, we would get tipped off. I think we put... Okay, can OJ make it to that window? Because I would really rather have OJ in that position if possible. OJ is not quick enough, however. Well, one man in the right position is better than no man in the right position. Even if one of those men is the amazing and shockingly altruistic O.J. Simpson. I mean, he put his own life at serious jeopardy to rescue a beleaguered Martha Stewart, and he's the only reason Martha's still with us. Next time, we're enjoying some delicious scones that Martha has baked up down in the old commissary down there. You know what we got to do? We got to take a moment and say to ourselves, you know, these delicious scones really only are made possible by the efforts of one Odenthal James Simpson. Okay, Halle Berry, you're just going to be on Overwatch then. Let's see how this shakes out. They're going back the other way. This means Matthew Broderick can definitely pull the sneak. We can get the sneaky deaky. We could get the sneaky deaky and have the cover that we need to stay safe. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey could, in theory, be in this tile. Could OJ, in theory, be in that tile? It says yes. With no risk of detection. Okay, well, Matthew Hit and Run Broderick, I definitely want you up here.
Heading there now.
You're next to the objective. You've got eyes on the enemy. I think maybe next turn, we just call evac and drop the hack. We evac the hack. Where do we want to put the evac point? Probably back here. You know what? That means that actually Halle Berry would then be the best person to be occupying this square. So Halle, get a move on. Shake a leg, girl. There we go. And OJ now has nowhere he could be, but also be providing like fire support. Unless we move him to this tile, or, you know, I don't actually hate that plan. Let's put you here. This way, when we do pop it, if we can get some Overwatch, we might as well try and take advantage of it. Matty Mac would be able to see one person from, in theory, this tile. So we dropped you into Overwatch. We're going to Overwatch with Broderick this turn. Let's see what the enemies do. If they wiggle back towards us, this is ideal. It's not going to get any better than this. We start things off with a Halle Berry grenade. We got 2 people standing next to a car. We're not going to do any better. This is our moment. We launch the frag. I really don't want to blow up the target vehicle, however. Like, this vehicle, sure. The vehicle we need to get the thing out of, not that one. This is respectable in both a damage. We're going to get loud, which means that Viper and their bros are going to come. But hopefully by the end of this turn, we're going to be sort of well on our way the hell out of here. And most of these guys should be pretty banged up. Okay, we got no damage on the sentry, which is bad, but 2 are down. Okay, we can, we can work with this. Okay, second thing second. We got to get the evac on the way. Let's get it started. So call in the Sky Ranger. Can we can't throw it on the roof? I was really hoping we could get it up on this rooftop. Can we? We can. All right.
Can I get an evac here?
Hey, all y'all Firebird up there, situation getting a little heated down here, and old Matty Mac sure could use a friend right about now. He's having not a great day. Okay, Broderick, let's have you go ahead and just open the thing.
Eyes on the target.
Here's the target.
1-5, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Move to acquire.
So we want Matthew McConaughey, if possible, to try and hack this thing. We could open it this turn, or we could open it next turn. We're waiting for evac either way. We know there's a pod down the street that's going to be running because we got loud. We'd kind of like to have them walk into Overwatch, but I don't really see how we can do that. Matthew McConaughey is never going to be able to get a good shot at that trooper. He could get like a flank shot from here, but it's vastly unlikely to kill him. Whereas if we send Matthew Broderick forward in Shinobi Town, we can almost, well, we got an 83% chance to kill the sentry. But sentries are really troublesome. You know what? Yeah, do this. I like this plan better. I have a plan for this man as well.
They've seen me.
Yeah, it's all right, Matthew. All right. That could have admittedly gone better. I was hoping we'd get fatal damage there, but we didn't get a lot of flesh out of ourselves. OJ's gonna come down here. He should be able to shoot this man in the back and kill him. This should be not an issue. 95% chance for the juice. We could hit him with the shotgun, except no, bad chance to hit for the shotty. Let's go for light him up then. You gotta be. Okay, it's gonna be all grazes all the time then, because you can't actually reliably do anything in XCOM anymore. Well, Matty Mac, let's have you come down here and I guess go ahead and throw a flashbang for us. And now we're not hacking the thing. This is delightful. We have to go for the flashbang. It's the only thing that might keep... Well, shit. We can't even flashbang them both. Minimal damage and graze rolls. That's perfect. Well then, what are your hit percentages like? You actually have 74% against this. You know what? Take the shot at the sentry. 74% is good enough. Even if you graze, he's dead. If you miss, we're just completely fucked. That's beautiful. So this guy's gonna shoot at probably Matthew McConaughey. I can't believe Matthew McConaughey did not get hit there.
I can't move.
This advanced sentry's gonna take a shot at... Okay. Yep, sorry, OJ. I mean, you knew you were taking it there. Yeah, I'm working on it, Bradford. Alright, OJ, you gotta go get a kill here. Matthew McConaughey, I trust you to get the job done. This man is on Overwatch, which is bad. 20% chance for OJ to hit him, also bad. No chance for this grenade to fail, so you know what? Yeah, this is the way we're going to come about this. You want to be on Overwatch, dog? You go ahead and be on Overwatch. OJ's just going to, yep, chuck the old melancholy there at you. And now that you've enjoyed the melancholy, get ready for the infinite sadness, because Billy Corgan and his gang are coming for you. Is there a reason why I cannot get into this vehicle in the tile I need to be in the vehicle in, though?
Moving to
So Matthew Broderick is actually going to be doing our hacking here. Once this is hacked, we're beating feet. Get the hack on the chest. 9% chance versus a 7% chance. Well, screw it. I mean, if we're taking a big risk, we might as well risk it all. We would have failed either way, so it's fine. The aiming for the stars didn't hurt us. You know, they always say, aim high, because if you miss, you'll be amongst the stars. Personally, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. If you aim high and miss, you just got further to fall. That's the Perfidious Pete opinion, but I'm just one man, not a smart man at that. Matthew, the Joker McConaughey, I'm going to bring you around here to this full cover. You should then have a... You know what? No, I'm not even going to risk it. Just come over here, take a flank shot on this guy. 93%. Oh, yeah, you couldn't have lasered his brain out the first time, Matty Mac. I really want Halle Berry on Overwatch here, because I have a feeling like we got some snakes coming our way. I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes coming our motherfucking way. They didn't make it, however, which means Matty Mac can snatch this loot. What's he got? An Advent data pad. Very intriguing. We could use that intel. And we've got evac coming in one turn, so at this point, our goal is to try and get to the top of this stairway. This is the stairway to heaven, and by heaven I mean safety and not dying. So let's start getting up there. OJ can, in fact, get there this turn. And you know what, OJ? You're already a little banged up, pal. I kind of feel like it might not be a bad idea to have you up there. Instead, I'm going to do something remarkably stupid, and I'm going to have you up here doing that Overwatch thing you do. Matthew Broderick, I want you up here. Are you, Pete, going to have people stand in the open? Oh, OJ, you have actually kind of fucked our evacuation route, didn't you? No, all things considered, it's probably okay. A little Overwatch defending us on the way back is almost or more useful. Halle Berry, you can run around here and get the full cover. I'm okay with that. I mean, the time for quietness has abandoned. Just crash through every plate glass window you can find. 3 plate glass windows for Halle Speed Bump Berry. She's not digging around. There's no way that pod doesn't move into us on this turn.
This is Firebrand. It's time to go.
Yeah, you're damn Skippy right, Firebrand. It's time to go. So, Matty Mac, you're the lone dissenter. Can you make it? Matty Mac can, in fact, make it to the evac. Matty Mac to the evac. Oh, that's right, Pete. Oh, Matty Mac, running to the evac. I'm the Mac Attack. You know, this is Mac the Hack, Mac Attack. I got so damn many nicknames these days, Pete. Honestly, I got trouble keeping track of them all. Mostly they just call me a hunk. And, it's one nickname I never get tired of hearing, Pete. Just, they call me the old hunky. The hunky one, sometimes they call me. Or the Incredible Hunk, oftentimes. I've been known to be called the Incredible Hunk a time or two. Not to take anything away from Eric Bana, the original Incredible Hulk there. You know, he's a pretty hunky guy, too. It can't all be about Matty Mac. Sometimes, Pete, you gotta have a co-star. Christian Bale, remember when he was my co-star? That was pretty damn hunky. Excuse me? Why did I not get to evac this man who was clearly in an evac zone? Why did we not get an evacuation move, though? Unfucking believable. Why did I not get an evac move against a guy who's not inside the evac zone? Yeah, definitely not inside. Ugh, fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. So one last mouth in spitting from the long war right there. Apparently, whatever reason, this tile is not in the evac zone, even though it's very clearly inside the defined fucking evac zone. Probably because of a half a tile height. They do have half tile heights here in some of the tile sets, which is a terrible idea from a design standpoint, but it's that way in Vanilla Deuce too, so we're not pinning that one on the long war. That's just something intrinsic to the base game. Most commonly, you saw that half tile elevation bullshit on the second to final mission where you have to go blow up the big purple space vagina that's blasting its juices out into space. You get a lot of that there too, where it makes targeting and shit problematic. Still, it's fucking bullshit that Matthew Broderick is going to spend any time in the hospital there. We're lucky, though, that he didn't get killed, honestly. What'd you think of the laser weapons, Pete? You know, the hit bonuses were nice, but from a damage perspective, I was pretty underwhelmed, I'm not going to lie. Still, any mission we can walk away from is a good mission. Let's see what the healing time is going to be like. As long as it's below like 10 days for each of this team, I think I'll be shockingly comfortable with it. If we're not looking at like 38 days in the hospital for each of these guys, I'll be pleased. Maybe a couple promotions as well. All right, OJ must have quit Simpson. 11 days, 12 days down from Matthew Hit and Brun Roderick. That, you know, that's an undeserved 12 days. And Matthew Hit and Run Broderick is actually killless. Huh. No kills? We gotta work on your sword skills, champ. So, Shadow Step, Infighter, or Lone Wolf. We're gonna take Shadow Step because it's really good. It's not, well, you know, it's not that it's really good. It's just that Infighter does not seem that great, and I actively dislike Lone Wolf. The bonuses are just, they don't feel big enough to justify an entire rank. So Sapper is probably what we're going to pick, although I do like Rapid Deployment as well. Rapid Deployment, however, can be picked up from an AWC, and I'm probably never going to pick something up. Explosives do not destroy loot when they kill enemies. That's intriguing, but no, I want to be able to blow cover. That's my whole goal. So Hallie, Speed Bump, Barry picking up Sapper, and Orenthal must have quit Simpson. Okay, covering fire I feel like is a must. And we had this decision, like, not that long ago, whether we wanted to take Suppression or we wanted to take Locked On. And I sort of feel like Locked On is better than Suppression, simply because Suppression chews up so much friggin' ammo. It would be great to take a shot and then also suppress a guy for whatever reason we could stand stationary and then didn't get a kill. But, yeah, I'm not entirely sold, and I think Locked On is better. Also, OJ, we got to get a PCS slotted into you, buddy. We've got that thing that gives you cover when on Overwatch, and we want to take advantage of that. Advent Datapad, 1 expanded magazine. The expanded magazine is surprisingly useful. I'm pretty sure somebody's going to be using that immediately. Advent Datapad decryptions. We got a new research project, and that's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to hear more of the deepest, darkest secrets from the Disney Vault, you also might consider subscribing as well, because let me tell you what, the Lindsay Lohan thing, it's the deep, dark secret, but it's not the deepest, darkest secret. This rabbit hole goes much deeper.
Proud of what we've managed to do here. What you've managed to do with
You're proud of me exposing the seamy underbelly of the Walt Disney empire? Well, you know, Bradford, I appreciate you supporting my whistleblowing. You make me feel a lot like the people who are harboring Julian Assange. Except with less douchebaggery, because Disney actually deserved to be exposed, and also doing so didn't violate any federal laws. I digress. Yeah, if you enjoyed the episode, like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to hear more of me rapping with John Bradford at an outro interruption, you might consider subscribing as well, because that's pretty much every episode now. It's just a thing. It's, you know, it's a thing we do. We're two guys just having a good time, humoring each other, a little joshing, a little good-natured ribbon. That's how these things work. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.